Sandra or Cassie, either or, and I am the marketing coordinator for the Learn Abroad office. Before we get started, I actually would like to know kind of where you guys transferred from, and then I got a lot of kind of more STEM majors, but with other majors around, which is great. That kind of just helps me to help customize my presentation depending on that. So yeah, so let's get started. So the main reason why is because in our office, we actually have, oh my gosh, there we go. We actually have over 500 programs for students to choose from. So it can be very overwhelming, which is why I like to ask students what their majors are so that I can customize it and highlight those specific major opportunities. And then next to that, we are in over 50 different countries. So we are in Europe, Latin America, Asia, Oceania, and then some parts of Africa. So we do have a lot of great unique location options as well. And then last thing to highlight is that all majors can go abroad with proper planning. So all your majors, you are able to go abroad one way or another, as long as you're able to plan accordingly and most importantly, find the credits that you're looking for to go abroad for, which again, I will discuss more in the presentation. But yes. And then before I dive into kind of a little bit more about programmings, I do like to highlight the different experiences you can have through our office. So we do offer study programs, which obviously is the most popular option where you go to your classes abroad and so on. But we do offer two other opportunities, which I do like to recommend to students who are maybe a little bit more later, especially maybe as a STEM major where maybe you can't find your classes abroad. You can still do either a research opportunity or even an internship abroad as well. So don't feel tied out like, oh, I can't take classes abroad. I'm like, you can still do an internship abroad through our office. So definitely keep that in mind, especially as transfer students, that you can still do these opportunities with us. So again, and you can definitely do more than just one. We've had students who've done programs that have a study and internships, so you can definitely consider that option as well. Okay. And now we'll go into our program types. So as I said, we have over 500 programs, which can be very overwhelming to go through, especially to go through our program search. You're like, where do I start? What's the difference between all of them? So we categorize into program types, and depending on the structure of the program types, you might prefer one over the other. And the first program type we have is a faculty-led program. So these are run by our faculties here at the U. So you actually get to go with them and a group of U students abroad. Here we just have some lovely pictures of those examples. And then as for the breakdown for this program, this one is university taught credits. So they will count towards a major that or credit you're looking for. I will say some majors slash colleges offer some programs, some don't. So you just want to look into them. I know for STEM, there are a few development in the engineering aspects and for same with psychology and stuff, but definitely keep an eye out for them and look into the requirements you can earn. As for the cost range for our faculty, they will vary just because some of them are maybe like a week long, some are 3 week long, some could be a full semester. So you really just want to check and see the duration because that will vary on the cost of that. As for the experience with our faculty, they do offer two main experiences, the study and research opportunity. I will say majority of them are more the study focused, but there are a few research opportunities. I know one where they do like to allow any major can go on is our global public health program. You don't have to be a public health major to go on that program, but you can definitely go on there. It's about 3 to 4 weeks at either Ghana, the Himalayas, or Peru, and you really just get to help out with the local community there. And that one does allow any major to go on that one. And then as for the duration and term for faculty led, as you can kind of see, they kind of happen all times of the year, but I will say the most popular time is definitely the summertime. We have over 20 plus different faculty led programs during the summer. So if you are looking for more of a summer program, definitely consider them. And then our deadline for the summer is on February 15th. So if you do want to go this summer, keep that in mind, the deadline is coming up. So again, this is just our first program type, faculty led. Our second program types are exchanges. This is where to go actually get to exchange to another university for a full semester. We do partner with 30 plus prestigious universities around the world. Just to name a few examples, we have like Yonsei University in Korea, the University of Sydney, the University of Ledo, and so on. And the nice thing about these exchange partners is that you actually have access to their course catalog, which is really great for like those most unique kind of like or hard majors, for example, like engineering and so on. Like you can definitely find classes through them just because again, you're enrolled as a student at this other university. As for the breakdown, this is transfer credit. So you will be transferring credits back into the U. But before you go abroad, we have a system called pre-course approvals. We'll submit the courses you want to take at these universities. And then what we will do is send it to your department and they will either reject or approve the credits. So that way you know the credits you are taking have already been pre-approved by your department. And we always tell students to request more than what you're actually expecting to take because now you have a good options of selection to choose from. Okay. As for the cost, this one you only have to pay the equivalent of 15 credits of resident tuition. And this also applies if you're an out-of-state student as well. So you do get to pay that resident tuition price, which really makes it affordable. And since this is a kind of an agreement where you still pay tuition to the U, any financial aid or principal scholarships can still be applied to our exchanges, which again makes it even more affordable. So definitely take that into consideration. And they do offer all three experiences, study, research, and internships. So definitely take that in mind as well. We actually had a student who went to the University of Sydney who got to take our classes and do an internship with a local software company. So kind of keep that in mind as well, that some of our exchanges do offer those internship and research opportunity as well. And as for the time of the year, this is only a fall and spring semester exclusive. So if you do want to do exchange, just know you'll be gone that whole semester and really take that into account. So yeah, this is our second program type, exchanges. Our third program type is affiliates and internships. So affiliates are just other organizations that we work with. They also work with other major US universities across the country. So you might be the only U student who goes, but you'll also be with other US students. So technically, you'll still have other people to talk to and hang out with. And just like this one, like the exchanges, this one is transfer credit as well. You'll do the same pre-course approval process. As for the cost, it will vary per affiliate partners. All our affiliate partners have different pricing, so definitely compare and contrast them. And then some of our affiliate partners may or may not accept financial aid or principal scholarships as well. So it's really important to look into that information too and see if they do accept those. But if not, most of our affiliates do also offer amazing scholarships. For example, we have one affiliate who offers like a fellowship program in Latin America where if you get accepted to the program, they do pay your whole tuition. So all you have to worry about is just housing and then just the food that you spend there. So there's a lot of great opportunities like that with our affiliates. So definitely look into those scholarship opportunities. As for experience, they offer all three, the study, research, and internships. I will say majority of our internships are with our affiliates just because they already have great relationships with a lot of local organizations. So it makes it so much more easier for them to set up internships for our students. We've had students who've done internships in Japan, the Czech Republic, Chile, and so on. So definitely keep that in mind if you're looking for that internship opportunity. As for the time of the year, this one is pretty much all time of the years as well. And they even offer the academic year as well. So if you really want to be gone the whole school year, it is definitely possible with our affiliate partners. Okay. The next one's technically not one of our program types, but just one of our amazing friends we work with, and which you might have heard of, and that is the Utah Asia campus. I'm assuming most of you, or hopefully most of you guys know we have a campus in South Korea. Yes. Okay, perfect. So yeah, so this is just our extended campus, but in South Korea. It's specifically located in Songdo, which is an hour away from Seoul. Transportation is super easy if you want to do a day trip or even a weekend trip to Seoul or anywhere part of Korea. And since this is our extended campus, it is university taught credits. So you don't have to worry about anything transferring over. You can actually take a peek at their catalog and see what they're offering kind of each semester to kind of gauge what classes you can take there, which makes it really nice. As for the cost, you only have to pay in-state tuition for up to 2 semesters. So pretty much what that means is that you can go up for 2 semesters and all you have to do is pay the in-state tuition price. And that automatically applies if you're an out-of-state student or even an international student as well. So again, makes it really affordable to go to the Asia campus. And then same thing, financial aid and principal scholarships will still apply to the Asia campus for this. So makes it, again, really, really affordable. But I will say that if you want to go a third or fourth semester, then you will have to pay the global campus price, which is a little bit more expensive than the in-state tuition price. So I always tell students at least try to take advantage of the 2 semester offer. As for the experience, they only offer study at the moment. They are slowly but surely growing, maybe more internship opportunities for students. So kind of just keep your eye out for that. But for right now, there is that study component. As for the time of the year, just like here on main campus, they offer fall, spring, and summer semester. I will say summer semester is a little bit more quiet. So if you want more of that student life activity, definitely go during the fall and the spring because the campus is roughly like maybe like 1,000 students. So it's a small campus. You actually get to know everybody. Everybody comes meeting friends. We always see students who come back and they're always like, oh, you were the Asia campus spring or fall semester. So it is a really great small campus to kind of make a lot of great friends as well. And again, so this is our last and final. Before I move forward, does anyone have any questions of the 4 program types that I talked about? Yes.
So I mean, I've looked into a lot of this because I was really heavily considering studying abroad or at least going to grad school. And I noticed a lot of like the programs that I wanted to do, or maybe the one specifically, it
Yeah.
required you to have like living costs, like the money that would take to live prior before either applying or once you're accepted. So you had to prove you had that
Yes.
income to live for at least 1 year. Do
Ye-
most programs kind of work off of that dynamic?
Yes, depending on the program you're looking at, and also specifically the country as well.
Okay,
It's more of an immigration, I will say, thing, because some countries want to make sure you have enough money,
right.
so you're not like,
Stay.
yeah, to like stay, or especially if you're going as a student visa. So it will vary per program. I will say, for example, faculty led don't really do that as often, but because it is only like a short program versus like a full semester, that's where it gets a little bit more.
Yeah.
It gets a little more tricky, but yeah, depending on the program, you do have to have like some prior evidence of like, yes, I'll have, in case I don't have money, I have $2,000 to cover myself or something like that. Mhm. But yes. Okay. Any other questions?
Oh, sorry, in regards to that, like with financial aid and
Yes.
scholarships and grants, aren't there some scholarships or grants that will help cover the living costs?
Yes, there are some grants, and we also do offer our own scholarships as well. So, which usually will first go to tuition, and then you can use it afterwards for anything else. But yes, yeah, there's a lot of grant out there. Okay. Yes.
Sorry, it's kind of like off topic slightly, but how
No,
does
yeah.
that play to study abroad?
So that will vary really for sure. So the FAFSA where they can be applied to is pretty much like any faculty led exchanges, the Utah Asia campus. Affiliates is the only one that it will vary for FAFSA, just because some affiliate organizations doesn't accept FAFSA within their accounting system, while some do, but everyone else should. The only thing that will make it more tricky if you do a summer program, because in that way you have to move funds around. Like maybe I won't use it for spring, but I'm gonna use it for my summer program.
And by summer program, does that also mean like internships or?
If you do an internship during the summer, then yes, yeah, yeah. But if you do an internship, like let's say spring or fall semester, should still apply. Yeah, but we usually always tell students to make sure to go talk to the financial aid office especially once you do have a program selected, so that way they can help you also with that process too. Yes. Okay, so we'll move forward then. So real quick to kind of show you where you can actually find all our programs. So if you go to our website, learnabroad.utah.edu, you're gonna want to scroll down to where it says kind of this little program discovery button, and that will take you to our full program discovery list. There you can actually filter by your major, the semester, or even the country you're interested in. So definitely play that. And then also give you like the quick facts about the program of like what the study will just be, will look towards what's the minimum requirement and then what's the program types. So again, definitely go to our program discovery, really start exploring and see them all. I will say at first, it might only show you like 8 programs. So that's where you want to go back just to search system and it'll show you everything else. Okay. And now we'll move forward to this lovely little timeline we just do like to give for students for reference. So the first step is to take our Learn Abroad 101 course. It is free, it's on Canvas, and won't affect the GPA, but it's mostly meant for a refresher once you are ready to go abroad. And then obviously just keep exploring, see what programs we have out there, maybe choose your top 3 to 5 programs, and then kind of go from there. And then the second step, I will say, is the most important one, and that is to talk to your advisors. You're going to want to talk to an academic advisor, a financial advisor, or a learner abroad advisor, just to make sure everything's on track. So for example, with the academic advisor, just kind of see what credits can you still take abroad, maybe what's the best semester, and so on, so that way you're able to find the programs that offers your credits. And financial advisor, again, just any scholarships that you might have and see if it is applicable to your program. And then our advising system, we have exploratory advising, we have program type advising. So let's say your heart is set on exchanges, you can meet with our exchange coordinator and so on. Or if you want to like just discuss more, we do have that exploratory option that you can definitely go through the whole website with you and maybe find the best program that looks interesting. And then the third step is to pick a program and start application. We do try to tell students overall, try as early as you can, just so it gives you enough time to figure out your credits, any visas if you need any, or any financials, anything you need to figure out. So give yourself enough grace to apply for our programs. The fourth step is to apply for scholarships. So we do offer scholarships through our office, but there are other amazing scholarships around. So definitely give yourself enough time to apply for these scholarships too. And then the last and final step is to submit your application and prepare to go abroad. So yeah, so once you're all ready, definitely click submit and then we'll get you ready to go abroad. But again, oh yes.
Are there any scholarships that are like merit based instead of need based for learning abroad, or are they basically all
Yeah, so we do, actually, I'll go to the next slide real quick so we can all see this, but yeah, so we do have four main scholarships and one of them is merit-based. Yeah, so we have merit-based, we have need-based, we have just like a general student success, and then we have one that's called Global Discovery, which is actually our biggest scholarships. That one can cover up to 7,500. And usually our Global Discovery is for a student who like either maybe have never gone abroad or they really, really write a strong essay that says like, this is why this program is gonna like affect me like professionally, career-wise, and so on. So definitely apply for all our scholarships, but if you want that global discovery, really, really write out why the scholarship's gonna make a difference. But yeah, again, we offer over $40,000 worth of scholarships in our office. We do have two deadlines. Our spring deadline is actually March 1st. So if you are planning to maybe go abroad like the summer or spring or even fall or next spring, definitely apply for the March 1st deadline. If not, we do have a deadline in the fall, which is like October 1st. So you do have some time for that one as well. But I always tell to students to like, if you can, definitely apply for both of them, just to kind of increase your chances of getting funds. Yes,
Confused with what you said, so I'm looking at a summer,
yes,
am I still?
yes, you can still apply for the spring deadline, March 1st. Yes, and then the only thing is that I will say you might just have to wait a little bit because since most programs deadlines are between like February 15th to April 1st for summer, so you might have to wait a little bit to know if you got a scholarship or not. Just to kind of just to let you know that in advance.
I think when I'm going, depends on getting a scholarship, is there a problem with drawing and doing the scholarship that late?
It would depend on the program. So depending on what program you're looking into, there is like a time period for withdrawal. We do have that information on our website and our student handbook of like kind of like the grace period where you can withdraw from the program. But yeah, but I will say, I think the decision making for our scholarships will be kind of more towards the end of March, beginning of April, just depends on how much we get. So just to kind of let you know in advance. Yes, yes.
So for like next spring, like spring 2027, is the scholarship deadline still March 1st for that?
Yeah, that would be like a early deadline. So that's just good for you to know if you got a scholarship or not in this cycle only. But if you can still apply for the fall deadline, which is like our second cycle. Yeah, it's just more of a way to like kind of like increase your chances. So that way, maybe you're not in the situation where like, did I get it? Did I not get it? So that's why you know way in advance if you got it or not. But yes.
Do you offer scholarships, even if maybe the student hadn't applied, but based on the merit scholarship or something, do you guys like basically present that to someone even if they didn't apply for it?
We just keep it as like this.
Keep it as they.
Yeah, because our scholarships are open to not only us learning abroad, but we're also open to Equals Global and in Hinckley Institute. So we do make sure we just encourage students to apply so that way we can, there's a lot of students we come through our office. So yes, so we encourage students to apply for all of them.
Do you allow like outside scholarships or say the institution that you're attending, maybe like a scholarship with the U doesn't fit, but theirs, will you still let you use that?
I think so, it should. That's where you have to talk to the scholarship office to confirm. We always direct them to them because they'll know the nuances of that. But we do have on our website, outside of our scholarship listed, we do have our partner scholarships listed as well, or other scholarships that we know students have used before. So we do have like a great resource on our website under our scholarship tab. So where you'll not only see our scholarships, but also other scholarships around campus. But yes. Okay. Any questions? They're all been amazing questions, so. Okay, so we'll just jump into kind of two common questions that we get from students. So the first one we get is, can an out-of-state student learn abroad and still qualify for Utah State residency? And the answer is yes. You pretty much just want to let us know that you're trying to get Utah State residency. And then what we will do is provide this paperwork that you'll give to the admissions office that they'll have a note that like you are going to approve learn abroad or U abroad program. And then the second question we get is from transfer students is as a transfer student, can I still learn abroad? And the answer is yes. The only thing you want to keep in mind is how many credits you have transferred. And this, we're going to want to talk to your academic advisor because every college is different. Some college might be a little bit strict on how many credits you transfer back. Some might not be as strict. So again, it's really important to talk to your academic advisor just to see like if you are able to transfer more or not. And let's say if you aren't, that does limit you from not doing exchanges or affiliates and only does limit you to faculty-led in Asia campus. But again, talk to your academic advisor, they'll know best and they'll can tell you what you need to tell you. Yes. And if there's not any more question, I'll just go through my last slide. The last thing I always like to tell students is to follow us on Instagram. We are at Utah Abroad. This is pretty much our main channel of communications. This is where we post our events or upcoming deadlines and so on, or even info sessions. But one thing we do love to do is what we call student takeovers, where they take over account for a couple of days. This is a great way to see what other students are doing, what programs are doing, and then really asking them live questions of when they're abroad. And we have a great lineup starting from February to pretty much April. We have like 9 takeovers happening. So definitely follow us on there. You can see all the students. They're pretty much gonna be in Mexico, Denmark. We have a student, I think, in Chile, China, and so on. So it is a really great place to see what their students are doing. But yeah. And then that is the end of my presentation. You definitely scan to sign up for our newsletter or you can start doing Learn Abroad 101. But with that, that's the end of my presentation.